London calling to the faraway towns. No war is declared and battle come down. London calling, yes! What a fantastic start to the week. Hello and welcome to Against the Fence. This is the place to be if you're obsessed and passionate about the UFC. And in the midst of all the UFC 309 stuff that's coming in this weekend, we've got some great news about a possible... well, it's going to happen. UFC Fight Night in London next year. Let's bring up some talking points, shall we? Hello and welcome on in. If you're just joining us, smash that like button. As you can tell, my voice is still on the mend from Sunday night's awesome boxing contest where Sai was in the ring over here in London and got his debut win, so it was good to see. But we'll get through the show. We'll get through the show nonetheless. Hello and welcome. Yeah, we'll talk about that announcement. We'll talk about Renato Moicano against Paddy Pimblett, possible headliner as well for that card. And some of my opinions and thoughts on that, and maybe some alternative options as well as some other fighters that we want to see on that card as well. Lot to go through. Hello and welcome on this fine Tuesday, should I say. I've got the chats on another screen for some stupid reason, so I will get to them when I can. Yeah, man, I'm telling you what, I'm stoked. We are going to put on an absolute blast of a show for that watch-along in March. And not only that, we will also be in and around the arena, the weigh-ins and things like that as well. We're going to make sure that we bring even more stuff to fans that we already do, to be fair. Got a few things in mind, of course. For those who tuned into the Dean Thomas Q&A, I put out a challenge to him. I said if the UFC comes to London next year, he said March. I was anticipating March. I think he kind of agreed. Didn't necessarily confirm or denied it. But he said if I'm on that card and I get to go to London, then yes, I will challenge you for to an impression off. Because Dean Thomas is fantastic at his impressions, and you guys love the impressions that I do on the watch along, etc., etc. So hopefully we can sort things out where we can have a load of fans around us. You guys get to meet Dean and take pictures with him and watch us do battle. And you guys get to pick which impression is best, really. You guys are going to be the ones deciding who the winner is of that. So I can't wait to put that together. It's going to be some awesome content. So we're doing that as well as a lot of other things as well. No doubt. You know, if you saw some of the content we put out this past July in Manchester, the Bilal Muhammad video we gone quite well. We did the interview with Jared Gordon. We did lots of stuff, man. And I tell you what, hopefully we'll have some more bodies around the arena, around the city, so we can do some other things as well. But yeah, that's just on the front line of things. Let's get into talking about the announcement then. So what do we know so far then about this? Well, we know it's going to be March 22nd next year at the O2 Arena in London. The marketing post tells you to register your interest via the link. I urge you guys not to do that, and there's a reason why. Events over in the UK seem to be increasing in price every single year. If you don't register your interest, the less likely they're going to inflate the prices when it comes to tickets. Ticketmaster have been absolute scumbags. They've been inflating tickets depending on levels of interest. So if you guys don't do that, then hopefully we can get some adequate pricing and things don't increase even more. So yeah, don't do that. Yeah, obviously try and get tickets for sure, but let's hope that the don't inflate the prices there and then. I think they did with the Oasis ones this year, which was absolutely shocking. You know, 300 odd quid for a standing ticket is stupid. and hopefully that gets investigated and no longer they no longer do things like that. Let's talk about the headliner then, because I mean, soon as this got announced, within about half an hour to an hour, I would say, yes, Ash, let's go. Moicano put a tweet out. Oh, we're getting more tweets coming through. Let me try and find this. If we're going into here, let's go to Twitter, shall we? Let's just have a look at what's cooking. So these are the posts. Moicano tweeted, UFC London main event, Moicano versus Pimblett. What do you guys think? So that's straight away. That's literally such a short space of time. He's put the feelers out there for that potential matchup, and I think it's very possible. Moicano's been wanting the Paddy fight. Paddy's wanted this fight. This fight benefits Paddy more than it does Moicano. I think Moicano wants this fight because, as he says, easy money. And Paddy Pimblett comes with a lot of popularity for somebody who's quite low down in the rankings. Now, Moicano this past year went to France and beat Benoit Saint-Denis. Now he wants to come to London and beat Paddy Pimblett. It's a good job he's not in Liverpool, because I'm telling you what, the fans in Liverpool, it's going to be different to Paris. I know Paris brings a bit of a vibe, but the Scousers, man, I tell you what, it'd be different to come to an away game. And look, fair play to Moicano to actually want to fight on away soil, because there is something there when it comes to fighters fighting on home soil. There is an advantage to some degree, right? That level of passion that the fans are now bringing to events is awesome to see. Of course, it didn't really work out that way back in Manchester when, unfortunately, Leon Edwards lost to Bilal Muhammad. But that event was at like stupid o'clock in the morning as well, and most of Manchester was asleep in the arena. So, yeah, what's good also is that this card will be on at a decent time as well. It won't be at stupid o'clock in the morning, which is fantastic. Leon Edwards has also chimed in as well. Leon could be on the card. I'm not too sure against who against though. People think that it could be maybe the winner of Ian Machado Gary and Joaquin Buckley, possible. But I'd rule him out. I would also probably rule out Tom Aspinall. It's not going to happen. Can't see him headline in London, especially not a fight night. With him being the interim champion, he deserves to be on pay-per-view cards. I can't see him headlining a fight night again anytime soon. See, let's talk about some of these matchups then. Aspinall versus Jones Miocic. Not going to happen, I'm afraid, buddy. Pimblett Moicano, Allen versus Yair, Wonderboy versus MVP, Wood versus Yusuf. Do you know what? I actually like Nathaniel Wood versus Yusuf there. That's an awesome shout. In terms of like a headliner though, do you think Moicano versus Pimblett is a headliner for this? I think it's so. I wonder what you guys think. It could happen. The other alternatives would be Arnold Allen versus Yair Rodriguez. I like that. 2 top featherweights in the UFC divisions. Or you could have Jeff Neal versus MVP. Maybe. It's an ideal fight night headliner, I'd say. MVP's headline events over here in the UK when he was at Bellator. Or you've got Wonderboy versus MVP as well. That's a possibility. But which option is most likely? I generally think that Moicano Pimblett is a better fight that the UFC can push, if I'm honest. Even though both guys are, I mean, the same level in terms of rankings as MVP and Jeff Neal, I'd say. Unless you could do Jeff Neal versus MVP as the headliner and Moicano versus Pimblett as the co-main, perhaps. That would be awesome for the UK fans. Can't see the UFC doing it, though. I think it's one or the other will headline, and I strongly think it would be Moicano versus Pimblett. I do. I really do. Let's get them some chats. Ash says crazy number of fighters that could headline this card. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and they're the options I've basically given. I think they're the only options. All right. Ooh. Jack Shaw versus Cherrier. Ooh. That's interesting. Cherrier wants to be on the card as well. That'd be great to see him. Nathaniel Wood also tweeted that he would like to be on the card. Wood versus Yusuf is a great shout. I want to see Nathaniel fight somebody who's just in the rankings at featherweight. I think he deserves it, if I'm honest. Having said that, though, the guy that he last lost to didn't really get a crack in the rankings. Oh, this one says Paddy versus Moicano main event. Leon versus Brady. Can't see that being a co-main, to be honest, mate. I think that's a headliner. Yaya versus Allen. Good one, yeah. Lerone versus Cater. I've put that low in the list of headliners I want to see, if I'm honest. I think it'd be great, but Mick Parkin versus Tai Tuivasa is an awesome one. No, I'm all for that. All for that, but not as a headliner. I think it'd be on the card, perhaps. I think that could be like co-main event worthy, if I'm honest. This is the thing. There's a problem with us is us fans seem to like expect the best possible outcome, and then we get handed like nothing, if I'm honest. So according to this post, Pimblett has said, "Let's do this." I think that'll get announced. I mean, how far away have we been? It's not going to come up on your screens now. In terms of like announcements for fight nights. You not guys aren't going to see that. What if I do this? Oh no, wrong one. Okay, you guys might be able to see that. We've got, to going far back, February 22nd, we don't have a headliner. No. So I think they might hold off for an announcement. I'm actually really surprised they've announced this so soon, if I'm honest. Because usually we don't get anything till January, event-wise. So I'm wondering what they're thinking here. That was way too easy for Aspinall. Nah, it's not happening. Paul Craig, maybe after the Bo Nickel fight this past weekend, he could very well be on the card. To be honest, I've been trying to get fish for some info from Modestus. Shout out to Modestus. He said to me he wants to fight Ryan Spann. No, I said to him he needs to fight Ryan Spann. And he actually replied to me and said, "Do you know what, bro? I actually want to. I've been campaigning for that fight." So I could see that main card first up, maybe, for the fight night. Or they could do a co-main, to be fair, as far as fight nights go. Spann versus Bukauskas as a co-main. I'm not mad at that. Why not? I think they should book that fight. It makes sense in terms of where both guys are in their careers at the moment. Modestus is rising, keeps rising. Let's go to latest, shall we? MMA. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Edwards versus Brady. Oh, people want Edwards versus Brady. I'm intrigued. Paddy versus Benil or it's going to be Moicano. Lerone Murphy versus Josh Emmett. I like that fight. I definitely said that fight after Lerone Murphy's last performance. Luke Riley. Definitely got to see Luke Riley back on there. Molly McCann. Junior Pulsaro. Mick Parkin. Marcus Rogerio de Lima. Mick Parkin. I like that. Yeah. In terms of like who's going to win, Paddy and Moicano. I mean, after that Moicano performance against Benoit Saint-Denis, oh mate, that was something. He's going to be a strong favourite, 100%, even on away soil. It is a tough fight for Paddy. Paddy, I think, in his last 2 fights has looked pretty bulky, and I think if he uses his size against Moicano, he might be able to nullify some grappling, and maybe edge out a decision similar to the Tony Ferguson fight. We have actually seen Paddy go 5 rounds before. Who was that against, actually? Let's have a look, because I can't remember. Yeah, my chats are on another feed, so I will get to them in a sec. Yeah, Juliana Rosa, I thought so, Cage Warriors. That was the fight where he threw up afterwards. So look, he's gone 5 rounds before. Oh, twice. Nadne Rumiani, Cage Warriors, April 2017, when he lost. Soren Beck lost a decision there as well. So he's lost 2 5-round decisions and 1-1. But I felt that he should have lost that first one against Juliana Rosa. I thought Rosa got robbed in that, to be fair. Ash says, Moddy. Give us an opponent, JK. Already done, mate. Imagine we get Emmett versus Murphy. I mean, on the main card, not headline. I can't see that, actually, though. I can't see that. I think that's another fight that's headline worthy. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think those kind of fights you could see if it was going to be another pay-per-view in the UK, but it's already announced as a headliner, isn't it? Like you said, JK could have announced it now because of ticket prices. Yeah. They want probably to gather some interest early, perhaps. Yes, Shango, brother. Good to see you in the house, bro. What do you think of about this announcement? The UFC coming back to London in March next year. Are you going to come down and hang out with us? We got to meet you, Shango. We absolutely have got to meet you. And look, we'll bring something special. We'll bring something special. Hopefully we can get this. If Dean Thomas is traveling over, then look, we are going to have an impression off, and we want as many fans as there as possible to partake in it and witness it and meet Dean Thomas. So fingers crossed. If the stars aligned, it'd be great to have you there, Shango. Guys, if I can arrange it, I will do my best, he says. Look at that. Love that, Shango. We need to DM Dean. Yeah. I think it might be a bit too early to tell who's going to be like there in terms of broadcast and all that. I guess if like fighters he trains happen to be on the card as well, then he'll definitely be there. But I mean, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll definitely reach out to Dean. Plus, I've got to post the promo image of us facing off. So in the nighttime streets of London. So this post here. Oh, hang on. Let's go back into this scene, shall we? To Twitter, quick. Things updated. No. I was about to discuss another matchup. Oh, there we go. Leon Edwards versus Brady. Dariush versus Pimblett. I don't know if you guys seen that. Yoyi Rodriguez versus Arnold Allen. Josh Emmett versus Lauren Murphy. Gunnar Nelson versus Daniel Rodriguez. Ooh. Gunnar Nelson. We've not seen Gunnar Nelson again for a minute. Jai Herbert versus Guram Kutateladze. Yes. All over that fight. That's a banging one. Nathaniel Wood versus Julian Orison. Nah, I think nah. Shana Bannon versus Diana Belbita. Is didn't Belbita get cut? Melissa Mullins versus Jocelyn Edwards. Davey Grant versus Jean Matsumoto. Yeah, got to see Davey Grant back on there, man. Got to see Davey Grant back in there. It's been a while. Yeah, Gunnar Nelson versus Daniel Rodriguez. I'm not sure. I mean, Diva is game as they come, but I can see that being a Gunnar Nelson win. If I'm honest. I still love Yusuf versus Wood. Maybe Ash can reach out to Sadiq, as he loves to do. George says, yes, George. Just been discharged from hospital. 20-foot drop. Completed it, mate. Wait, what? What do you mean you've just been discharged from hospital? Bro, what you been doing? Why? What? What's wrong? What have you done? What did you do, mate? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. And George, you're another one. You got to come to London. We got to get you down here. The crew will be. We need the mandems. We need the crew in. We need to get everyone in. Fell off a platform straight onto my back. Oh, mate. How did you not break anything? 20 foot is quite high. What? Bro. Let's not injure ourselves, shall we? Because, look, I know there's a while till March, but we don't want to spoil Christmas in the lead up to London Card in March now, do we? But that's it. Spread some love to George in the chat. We love that. We love that. Obviously, rest up and all that. And, yeah, got to make sure that you're all tuning in this weekend. Hopefully, you're going to watch Jones versus Miocic live, George. Because, look, that's one you got to watch live, really, isn't it? Like, oh, and to finally get to see it as well. It's been too long, far too long. And we need to see what happens next in the heavyweight division, really, as well, don't we? Oh, George says no, I refuse to pay for it. Oh, mate. If we still had HQ, I'd say come down anyway. But because we don't actually have a venue for our watch along, I can't tell you that yet. I can't get you down. But yeah, I do not, as I said earlier before you joined in, do not click the link that they give you in the promotional posts, because if I can find them, yeah, I brought up a second ago, because, mate, like, they want you to do that. They want to inflate prices that way. I mean, there's something for Ticketmaster to see mainly. It's Ticketmaster who inflate the prices, not the UFC. George says, I hope Jones versus Stipe does a Tony trip. Oh, mate, don't. And then what? Shango says, I will be there this weekend, folks. Been busy last few for live watches, but bearing falling off a 20-foot platform, I will be there. Mate, one injury's enough. One injury's enough. I don't know. Are you medded up at the moment, George? I'm not sure what you're on about. Being Tom. Confused. But yeah, don't forget, guys. Also, tomorrow night, Cyan Ash will be live for the breakdown for UFC 309. That's going to be a great show, nonetheless. Both of them are going to be bringing it, as always, as expected. I'm just going to double check, see if there's any more tweets about UFC London come through. We get to discuss some more matchups. But these ones have been pretty solid. That people have been posting on X, formerly known as Twitter, whatever you want to call it these days. So yeah, make sure you guys have got the notifications bell rang on the channel. Tune in live, usual time, 9 p.m. here in the UK. Do you know what? I always forget the times in the US. I type them out every week. I should know them automatically. 9 p.m. in the UK. 3 p.m. in the US. And then 1 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know. George says, yes, JK, high as a kite. I'm driving on the M25. Is that like... You love to do that? Bro, drive safe, man. Bro, drive safe. We don't want to hear some awful things come tomorrow, bro. Be good. All right, yeah. Catch you guys tomorrow for the breakdown show, and also this coming weekend for the watch along for UFC 309. It's going to be absolute stacked, and stay up to date with all the content that's coming your way. As always, much love, and and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now, folks.